Thanks for joining, guys. Today we are starting unit number 2. I told you guys yesterday that we're going to learn about present perfect today. So let's start recording. Oh, sharing, sorry. All right, so present perfect. This is a tense. Let's see, Carlos, can you help me reading, please? Carlos?
Oh, sorry. We use the present perfect to talk about the past, but it has a link to the present.
Good, thank you. Gracia, first function.
For past action that has a result in the present, he has broke his leg.
Good, thank you. Broken. You are correct. Broken.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Yes, so as you can see, it happened in the past and it has a result in the present. So this person broke his leg, but since he's still injured, lastimado, you can still use this tense. He has broken his leg. Good. English, second function.
Function for general past experiences, which are still true today. He has had 4 concerts so far.
Thank you. All right. Yes, so basically, something that is still happening in the present, and that it was and that it started in the past. That started in the past. Good. Let's see, Riquelme. Structure, please.
Structure. Subject plus auxiliary. Have, has, plus past participle of the verb.
Good. Thank you. Yes. So I don't know if you guys have seen, we have the verb have, but it can also work as an auxiliary. Have, has. You have to be very careful with this. You can see it here. Has had. You might be wondering, we have the same verb twice, or we have the auxiliary twice. No. One works as an auxiliary, and the other one is the past participle of the verb. Good. Questions about the structure, guys?
No.
Okay. All right. So here we have it. When do we use have? When do we use has? Luis, can you help me reading, please?
Okay. Auxiliary has, he, she, it.
Mm-hmm.
Auxiliary have, I, you, we, they.
Good. Thank you so much. All right. So let's learn about an incorrect scenario. He have done his homework. Gracia, why is this incorrect?
Because it's referring in the first person at the beginning. And in the example says that it has to be has, not have.
Good job. Thank you. That's correct. You cannot use an auxiliary like this if you have a third person pronoun. Good. Let's see. English. Is it correct or not?
No, it's not correct. We need to say it should supposed to say have, not has.
Good. Good job. Thank you. That's right. All right. Questions about this, guys? About the auxiliary? No? All right. So we have positive sentences. We already learned the structure. Subject, auxiliary, past participle. Gracias. Can you help me reading, please?
Positive sentence. I have past participle. You have past participle.
Mhm.
We have past participle. They have past participle. Example, we have visited Paris at least 4 times and we love it.
Good. Thank you very much. You pronounce this like participle.
Can you repeat it?
Participle.
Okay.
Participle. Good. Thank you. So, yes, positive sentences, same structure we learned here. Subject, auxiliary, dependent on the subject, past participle. Question, guys. All right,
I have a question.
go ahead.
When the verb is in the past participle, we add ed at when it's in the end.
Good question. It depends on the verb. For verbs, we have, let me erase this. We have regular and irregular verbs. For irregular verbs, there's no rule. You have to memorize them. For regular verbs, there are rules. We're going to learn that later. But yes, it depends. Not all verbs will have ed. It depends.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Positive sentences, the other side of the coin. Riquelme, can you help me reading, please? Are you there? Riquelme?
Yeah. Positive sentences. He has past participle. She has past participle. It has past participle. She has had an accident.
Good. Thank you very much. So here you can see the auxiliaries working for positive sentences. Are, you, we, and they have. He, she, and it has. Questions? Okay. Carlos, when do we use has?
We use has when we are talking with a third person. For example, he, she, or it.
Good, thank you. What are the pronouns for which we use have English?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. For which pronouns do we use have?
Haven't?
Have.
Have for we, they, I.
You're missing one.
She, they, we.
I heard I, we, and they.
I, we, they. You.
You. Good job. Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's easy to forget, but still, good job. Thank you. So negative sentences. Luis, can you help me reading again, please?
Okay, negative sentences. I have plus not plus past participle. You haven't plus past participle. We haven't plus past participle. They haven't plus past participle. Example, we have decided here for ages. It's okay.
We haven't visited.
We haven't visited her for ages.
Good. Thank you. So here you have two options. You can use I have not, we have not visited her for ages, or you can connect have and not and say haven't. Good. So the only thing that has changed, sorry, is not, that you add not. Questions? Okay, third person. English, help me reading, please.
Negative sentences. He hasn't plus past participle. She hasn't plus past participle. It hasn't plus past participle. Example, he hasn't seen her.
Good, thank you. Same thing. You can say has not or hasn't, and it will work. Okay, so you will always have to respect that rule. Has, he, she, and it. Have, are, you, we, and they. Okay, good. For questions. Carla, can you help me reading, please?
Questions. Questions were have I past participle of the structure, right? Question word have plus I or subject plus past participle verb, and question word plus have plus we plus past participle verb, and question word have plus you plus past participle verb, and question word sorry plus have plus they plus past participle verb. And what have you done?
Good, thank you. What about the question word? This is a question word. We also have, let's see. For example, where have they gone? That's another question word. What, where, or for example, if you want to ask someone how they are, another way, instead of saying how are you, you can say how have you been, oh, sorry, that's not, how have you, how have you been? Yeah, how have you been? ¿Cómo has estado? That's another question word. How, where, and what. These are just examples. Of course, there are other ways to ask questions. So questions about this one, guys? No?
No.
Okay. Good. Next one. Riquelme, can you help me reading, please?
Question. Question word plus has plus be plus past participle. Question word plus has plus she plus past participle. Question word plus has plus it plus past participle. Example, where has he been?
Good, thank you. Yes, same thing. Let's see, what has she done? Works as well. And you see here the structure, has, and then the subject, here, and then the past participle of the verb, done. All right, good. Have you heard about time expressions being like, oh, I haven't done that yet, or I have done that already, or I just, yes, like this one, I've just eaten. Those are time expressions for present perfect. So, Grecia, can you help me reading, please?
Time expression. Just, I have just eaten lunch,
Mhm.
so I'm not hungry already. I have already done my homework.
Good. Thank you. This one works like saying acabo. Like you just have done something. So yes, just already. That you already finished. Good. Let's see, Carlos. This one, please.
Time expressions. Recently, I haven't seen Paul recently.
Mhm.
Who is she? So far, she's been dry so far. Excuse me. That is like, he estado bien últimamente, right?
Mhm.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Yes, or that it's more of she's been like correct. I mean, like, que ha tenido razón. It's more in that context than how is she doing. It's more about her being right. De tener razón.
It's an action. Okay.
To be right, tener razón.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, so this is something that you will see and you will hear in normal conversation. This doesn't mean she is only. It means she has as well. So it depends on the context. Here, you have a past participle of the verb. So that's how you know this one is she has and not she is. You can contract those two. Question, guys, about these two expressions.
In a conversation, it's rarely to use those expressions, right? Because when we're talking with someone, we use present, past, or sometimes future, but simple. Simple.
To be honest with you, I worked in call centers for 5 years, and I can assure you, les puedo asegurar, that the present perfect, is a very common tense in conversations.
Okay, because here it's rarely to use that tense. Also in the movies, is rarely heard about that.
Well, It
Not
depends.
not really like another tense,
Yes.
but
Mhm.
is the less common.
Probably,
Well,
yes, probably is less used than simple present or simple past, but of course it's still used. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So just, already, recently, and so far. This one, Liz, can you help me reading?
Okay, time expressions. 4. I've had this car for 5 years. And since I've lived here since childhood.
Since.
Since
Mhm. And this one, childhood.
childhood. Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, good. So this is just for you to know that we can use this time expressions in this tense, but of course you cannot interchange, intercambiar, for and since. For, you're given a time frame. You can see it here, 5 years. Since, just a period of time. Childhood, you're not being specific. So, questions? Grecia, when do we use have, the auxiliary have?
When we are using you, they, we,
Mhm.
I don't remember the other one.
I.
I.
Good, thank you. English, when do we use has?
We use has with she, he, it.
Good job, thank you. Carlos, when do we use the present perfect?
We were talking about some activity that has finished or that is done, that is starting the past.
Good, yes, or something that is still happening
It's still happening.
in the present. Yes, that's another situation. Good job. All right, guys. Let me find here a list. Now that Grecia asked about it, let's see. That one. Wait. All right. Good. So here we have a list of irregular verbs. Pay attention to this, guys. I'm going to send you a list that was helpful to me, for me in high school. Hopefully will be helpful as well for you. So irregular verbs. We have the verb to be. Let's see. English. Can you help me reading this too?
These two, the both words.
Both words, yes. Simple past and past participle.
Okay, simple past was. Past participle been.
Been. Thank you. All right. So, like I said, like I told Grecia, you have to learn this. There's no rule. So for be, you have been as the past participle. Let's see which other one is commonly used. Okay, go. Yes, go. And you have as well. Go. Luis, can you help me with the past participle?
The past participle is gone.
Gone. Good job. Thank you. Yes. So be, which one, what was the past participle of be, English?
Been.
Been. Good. Thank you. And for go, we have gone. Gracias. Can you help me with the past participle of have?
Had.
Had. Good. Thank you. That's why I was telling you to be careful, guys. This is also the auxiliary. So for example, if you want to say, yo he tenido. Let me go back to the presentation. Okay. Let's see. Luis, if I want to say, yo he tenido, you have the subject, auxiliary, and past participle. How would the sentence go?
I guess that is I have had.
I have had. Good. Ella ha tenido.
She has had.
Mhm. She has had. Good. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. So one thing is the auxiliary, another thing is the verb. Let's see which one is also very common. As you can see, some are the same. Past participle of let. Some remain the same, but you have to memorize them. Okay, another one, and this one is very, students tend to have a lot of mistakes for this verb. I was one of them, so put. Let's see. Riquelme, help me with the past participle of put.
Is put.
Put, good.
Then
Yes,
is
not putted. Put. And remember that as well. Put, not putted. So let's see. Riquelme. Yo he puesto. How do you say that in English?
I have put.
I have put. Hemos puesto.
We have put.
Good. Él ha puesto.
He has put.
Good. Great job. Thank you. Let's see. And yes, I feel like those are the only ones. Again, I'm going to send you guys a list. So let's see regular verbs. Okay. I had the rules somewhere. One moment. Sorry.
Get is another common verb.
Yes. Let's see. All right. Oh, here I have. Okay. So get. I saw it here. Get here. English. What's the past participle of get?
Got.
Got. Good. Thank you. So depending on the let's see. Oof. To be honest with you, got has two ways. Let's see. Here. Get. Got or gotten. And it works the same. You can use it for British English, American English, and it will work. Got or gotten. Let's see. I think that those are the only ones, right? Let's see. Oh, I don't, yes, do, done. Go. Gracia, do you remember?
Gone.
Gone. Be. Riquelme, do you remember?
Been.
Been. Carlos. Put.
Put.
Good. Yes, these are the most common ones. That's the past participle. So yes, here we have the rules for regular verbs. English, how are you going to learn about irregular verbs?
The irregular verbs.
How are you going to learn them?
Okay, that I'm confused right now.
That's okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I told you we have regular and irregular verbs.
Okay, the irregular verbs. I think I need to memorize it.
Good job.
I don't know.
There's no rule.
Okay. There's
Yes.
no rule.
Good job. Irregular verbs, you have to memorize them. Have to learn them by heart. Good. Okay, so let's go back to this one. We have the rules for regular verbs. Gracia, can you help me read in the first one, please?
Regular verbs ending in E add D only. Like, arrive, arrived.
Thank you. You pronounce them like liked, like a T.
It's like,
Liked. And this one is
Okay.
arrived.
arrive. Okay.
Yes. Second rule, Riquelme.
Regular verbs with one syllable with a single vowel and ending in a single consonant, double the final consonant. Stop, stopper. Roll, roll.
Thank you. All right. So let's see. How do you know the amount of syllables? I don't think if it was with you guys that we learned this, but I was talking about the chin method. You put your hand here and you count the amount of times your hand goes down, and that's the amount of syllables. I think we learned that yesterday with you. Stop. How many syllables?
One.
One. Good job. Yes. That's how it works. One syllable, double the consonant, and add ed. Okay. Questions about the first two, guys? Okay. Third rule. Wilber.
Regular verbs ending in a consonant plus y, change the y into I and add ed.
Thank you.
Examples: study, studied, cry, cried.
Thank you. All right. So yes. Do you guys know what a consonant is?
The letters that has not sound. As
Yes.
a vowel.
Good job. That's correct. So study. What's the consonant here? In this two. What's the consonant here?
The letter D.
D. Correct. So you have the consonant and then you have Y. You drop the Y and add IED. Good. In cry, what's the consonant?
R.
R. So what do you do to make it a past participle verb?
You dropped it and add IED.
Good job. Thank you. Let's see, Carlos, the last one.
The last one is, however, or played.
Oh, the last rule, however.
However, regular verbs ending in a vowel y add ed. For example, played, played, stayed, stayed.
Good. Thank you. Yes. So, Riquelme, what's the vowel here in play?
Is A.
A. Good job. And then you have the Y. So what do you do?
R, E, and D.
Good. Good job. All right. Let's see. Luis, what do we do with verbs that end in E?
Ending in vowel, you have to add a I don't
No.
remember.
That's okay. Verbs, regular verbs that end in E. E, A, B, C, D, E. What do you do? Let's see, Carlos.
The rule is add letter E. D, sorry.
D, good job. Great. Thank you. Let's see, English. If we have a regular verb that ends in a consonant and a Y, what do we do to make it a past participle verb?
In a regular verb,
Mhm.
and it ends with Y.
A consonant and a Y. I asked you about this. You can do it. Let me help you a little. Study. Studied.
You're gonna drop the Y and you're gonna add ing. No? Yes.
ING, are you sure?
No.
That's okay. Anyone wants to? Yes, go ahead. Anyone wants to help her?
Which one?
If you
Add
have a verb, a regular verb, ending in a consonant and a Y, what do you do?
IEND.
Good job. Great. Thank you. Let's see. Next rule. If a regular verb.
I didn't hear that answer.
Oh, sorry. You drop the Y and then you add IED.
Okay.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
You're welcome. Okay.
We will have this information later.
You will. Yes, I'm
Okay.
going to send you a summary for what we've learned these days. All right, so let's see. Riquelme, a regular verb that ends in a vowel and a Y. What do you do?
Add ED.
Good job. Good. Thank you. Let's see. Gracia. There's one rule missing. Left, sorry. If you have a vowel and a consonant, what do you do to make it a past participle verb?
You double the consonant and you add ED.
Good job. Great. Thank you. So a quick little recap for Wilber. Past participle. Well, I'm sorry, present perfect. Present perfect. Can you read it, please?
We use the present perfect to talk about past, but it has a link to the present.
Good. Thank you. So things that started in the past, but that are still happening in the present. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. Let's see. Structure. Can you read it, please, Wilbur?
Yes. Subject plus auxiliary have or has plus past participle of the verb. Verb have or has, auxiliary have or has.
Thank you. So I was telling you guys to be careful with this because have and has can work as a verb and an auxiliary.
Okay.
Good. All right. So let's see. Wilbur, once again, to make sure you can remember this.
Okay.
When do we use has, the auxiliary has?
When the subject is he, she, and it.
Good. When do we use have?
When the subject is I, you, we, and they.
Thank you. Okay. So Gracia was kind enough to remind us that we have regular and irregular verbs. These are the most common. Get, do, go, be, and put. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to send a list of verbs later so you can have it handy. And now we have positive sentences. Let me... Let's see, just so that it's easy for you to read it. Oh, okay, you can read it, William.
Okay, a subject, I, you, we, they, plus have, plus past participle.
Good, thank you. So positive sentences for he, she, and it.
He has plus past participle, she has plus past participle, and it has plus past participle.
Thank you. All right, negative sentences, you just add not after the auxiliary have or has.
Okay.
Good. For questions, can you help me reading this too?
Yes, question word plus have plus subject I, you, we, or they plus past participle.
Good. What are we using have here and not has?
Because it's a question.
The auxiliary is have. Why
Mm.
are we using have instead of has?
Because you are asking with the subject I, you, we, and they.
Good. So what do you think is the structure for he, she, and it?
Question word plus has plus the subject he, she, or it plus
Mhm.
past participle.
Good job. Great. That's correct. And time expressions. We have 4. Just, already, recently, so far. Oh, and 2 more. For, and since.
Okay.
Good. And then this. You were already here, I think.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Question, guys. About
I
this.
would like to know about gotten.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know if we want to use this verb. It's okay to use as irregular verb got and gotten?
Yes.
Or,
Mhm.
okay,
Yes. Sorry about that. Get. Oh. Sorry. Get is any regular verb. So it doesn't matter which one you use. It can be got or gotten and it will work. You can say, I have got a new job. Or you can say, I have gotten a new job. And it works the same.
But it is
okay.
only past participle.
Past participle, yes. Not the past form of the verb, past participle. All right, you're welcome. Any other questions, guys? All right, good. Let me stop recording.